Nipsey said that you was gonna self-destruct literally. The fact that he ain't here to see us really killing me.
Yeah, I remember that Nipsey had some choice words to talk about Akademiks. He the first one that said that Akademiks is not other culture. You know, that was back in the rip. Some of y'all probably don't even know that, huh? Y'all ain't know that Nipsey, Hussle, and Akademiks had beef back in the day. Some of y'all probably don't even know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Nip was talking about Akademiks right here.
It has enabled little sucker shit, you know, from a
yeah, of course. I think, and that's why I said in the interview, man, I ain't saying I'm gonna do nothing to act. I say you gotta let clowns be clowns and let dudes self-destruct because, you know, I've been paying attention to his message. You know, I ain't like it, but I respect how you eat, bro. Whatever you do to pay your bills, I can't knock you. But after a while, you getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? And then you got companies that add gas to them sparks.
Yes, indeed.
For their own interest.
Yes,
and then
indeed.
They sell advertising space.
Man, I need to react to this whole video. Yeah, I'm gonna react to this whole video. Hold on, pause on the goddamn reaction. I'm about to make this a whole separate video, man. Nipsey Hussle tried to warn us long time ago. R.I.P. to Nip. Yeah, I'm about to make this a whole reaction video, cause Nipsey and Akademiks had a little fallout, but then they had a conversation. But yeah, let's play this whole video about Nip talking about Akademiks.
Well, what happened? What was that thing? I saw an interview recently. It was
I already know what you're going to say.
Which one? About
Akademiks?
Yeah, Akademiks. What did he do this time? Everybody got some beef with Akademiks.
I don't got beef with dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call a spade, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing I get personally offended by, bro, you got young kids that come from nothing, that change their family life, you know, that change their own life, that, you know, avoid death in jail through hip hop. So I don't like people playing with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, you know, I had an issue with Complex that I was very vocal about because I felt that was taking a bougie approach to artists. We don't, my thing is like, you know, number one, only your parents could put their hands on you, right? Because they raised you,
right,
and they put the love in you. That's why only your parents. That's why you only respect an ass whooping from your mama or daddy,
right.
They did shit to balance that, fed you, clothed you, taught you right from wrong. So you gonna take the discipline and critique. So for me, it's like if you ain't come from hip hop culture, for real, if you don't come from where this thing started, if you don't come from the energy that created this thing, and that people are drawn to this thing because of, be careful how you critique this thing, bro, because your opinion has not been validated.
Yeah,
man, talk to him, man. R.I.P. Nip, man. R.I.P. Nip. Some of y'all didn't even know about this, huh? Some of y'all didn't even know about this. Yeah, I mean, if you know, you know. You know? I remember in this interview when they went. This was 5 years ago. Damn, 5 years ago. Well, it was probably longer than that. They just probably re-uploaded it. But yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It hasn't been validated. So when I hear somebody like, dude, you know, saying things like for example, they said recently that 21 Savage said that he stopped buying jewelry and that he gonna spend his money on investing. You know, that's a powerful message.
It is,
for somebody that people following that's from a young generation. And Akademiks criticized him. Said, I don't want to hear nothing but killing, and I'm about to kill the ops. And I don't want to hear that from 21 Savage. That shit right there get you fucked up.
That's cool talk. That's cool talk.
And we supposed to fuck niggas up for that. Period. We ain't supposed to be understanding. We supposed to catch you at Complex Con or wherever you at, and we supposed to spank you for that. And you supposed to learn, I was wrong. We ain't supposed to do nothing you can't fix. We ain't supposed to take the overboard. We supposed to fuck you up for that. Because you gonna respect something, bro. You ain't gonna play with niggas like that. That ain't straight.
Do you think the internet has...
That's what happened, man. Act really hasn't been taught a lesson yet. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with an ass whooping. An ass whooping ain't hurt nobody. You know, if anything, ass whooping can correct you so it can straighten your thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that Akademiks need to die. You know, I ain't saying nobody need to shoot him or stab him. But there ain't nothing wrong with a little ass whooping. Man, you live to fight another day. Act need his ass whooped, man. You know, in the boxing ring, YouTube. Talking about in the boxing ring. Not talking about no violence. You know, maybe Akademiks need to set up a boxing event so he can get some hands laid on him, or in the back alley, or somewhere else. Allegedly, hypothetically.
As enabled little sucker shit, you know.
Yeah, of course. I think, and that's why I said in the interview, man, I ain't saying I'm gonna do nothing to act. I say you gotta let clowns be clowns and let dudes self-destruct because, you know, I've been paying attention to his message. You know, I ain't like it, but I respect how you eat, bro. Whatever you do to pay your bills, I can't knock you. But after a while, you getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? And then you got companies that add gas to them sparks for their own interest.
Yes,
and then they sell.
And Akademiks says he has admitted this, that he get paid by the company. So you don't think that enhances him to do what he do even on a greater level? You know, him getting paid by these companies, and he has bragged and boasted about that. Yeah, all these companies, I'm getting paid by them. So yeah, so that's going to definitely hype him up to, you know, crash out and to say more, you know, shock value things, right? Just a shock jock, right? So yeah, that's definitely going to add fuel to the fire.
Advertising space, and I don't like that shit. I'm clear on what that model is. You playing with niggas, you cooning like you said. You know, you taking something that's serious and that, you know, people doing with integrity, and you spinning it for some fuck shit. And I don't agree with that.
People criticize Vibe for doing that back in the day with
for pumping up that West Coast, East Coast.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
You saw what happened with that bullshit.
Right. And that was the
same thing he was trying to do with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Boy, he was pumping that shit up, especially with Kendrick. Man, everything Kendrick was doing, he was trying to affiliate him with the Bloods and looking up TDE. Like, remember, I used to talk about all this shit. I'm like, yo, why Akademiks? It's like he's trying to start a beef. When Wack 100 is like, bro, it's all love. We ain't on that time. You know, even when he talked to Kendrick people like, bro, we ain't on that time. We just, you know, doing a rap battle. But every time Akademiks would come to his platform, he'll be trying to start up this Cali versus Canada beef, right? The same shit. He was trying to hype up this Cali versus Canada beef.
You know, I respect Quincy. I don't think he was the one doing the editorial side of that thing. I know he's a part of ownership.
Yeah.
But they might have been the first person or the first place you heard East Coast West Coast beef.
Yeah, they were the one. Nobody. That wasn't no real shit. That wasn't real.
I don't think Pac and Big came up with that.
No,
I think they spun that because they like, if it bleeds, it leads.
Absolutely.
And we know how fascinated people are with this type of shit. But then it's like throwing hands and, you know, throwing rocks and hiding your hand.
Yeah.
You know, and you ain't on the front line. That's what I was saying about instigating beefs and shit. We'll fuck niggas up for that growing up.
Yeah.
You don't even say nothing about this.
Same thing he does with Top 5. Having Top 5 on the panel, definitely instigating him. You know what I mean? Trying to make him crash on YouTube, saying that Kendrick ain't gonna come to Canada, saying all this wild stuff, right? So yeah, Akademiks, you were guilty of this. And I said, if something happens, you're gonna be held responsible. People gonna hold you responsible because you definitely tried to hype this shit up, try to make it something that it shouldn't be. All right.
Unless you're gonna jump in and get your hands dirty. That's a fact, bro. Niggas, it was so delicate in the back of them buildings. You better not say nothing, bro. If you ain't gonna fight, you ain't got nothing to say. Don't when a nigga get socked. Don't do none of that, bro.
All that world star bullshit. Niggas didn't do that out here. That's new fuck nigga shit. Filming motherfuckers fighting. That's corny to me.
That shit. Come on, man. But you said it though. The internet has enabled it. But that don't mean we agree with it.
Yeah, I didn't know Nipsey like you, but I know some of the Everyday Show viewers. They probably they've seen it online. Like, hey, he came to Everyday Show one time. He walked.
Yeah. So this is him talking about him and Nipsey squashing the beef.
Out. You know, the full story behind that, I don't really think it was ever told. Me and Nipsey, after going back and forth a little bit, salute to Karen, so I know she's hurting right now. Second loss in like less than, it seems like 6 months. We got on the phone, me and Nipsey, and we spoke like men for about like 3 hours. And it was probably one of the most productive conversations I've had because we were trying to get to a place of understanding of each other rather than like just argue online or stuff going elsewhere, right? And pretty much what I realized and I took away from that conversation about him is that Nipsey is and was a man of the community. Right. He was community first. You know, like his whole points in the stuff he was saying to me is that, yo, Ak, you have a real big platform. You know, I'm a rapper, I have a platform as well. And while other people might use their platforms differently, I know that there are people who come from areas and places like me, they need to see certain things that they could make decisions out better themselves. So, you know, the conversations we had, it was really trying to get to a point of not only bettering ourselves as men, but bettering people around him. And that's how I look at Nipsey. I look at Nipsey as probably the example and one of the guys who are leading the charge and showing rappers that, yo, listen, you don't have to really be scared of your neighborhood. You're supposed to really establish businesses, give back, and this was the appropriate way. You get.
Well, obviously, he hasn't learned yet. And I think the reason why Akademiks hasn't learned yet, because nothing has happened to him, because he's still talking crazy, man. He's still talking crazy. He's still doing all this wild stuff that can definitely, you know, lead up to some real serious stuff. So, you know, he still hasn't learned his lesson, because he's still currently doing now. But like I said, ain't nothing wrong with a little ass whooping. You know, I think a good ass whooping would make him think differently. All right. back to the Screwface.